Look at the screen. As you can see, the LA Rams have defeated the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game by a final score of 20-17, which means that we have now secured a ticket to the Super Bowl. The Rams are now going to the Super Bowl. And very much trying to control myself this time around. This game was so huge. This game was so huge because the Rams are going to be hosting the Super Bowl this year. Rather, the SoFi Stadium is going to be the place where the Super Bowl is played this year. And it's been talk all season, how can the Rams go back to the Super Bowl and host the Super Bowl game, which would obviously give them an advantage because that is their home stadium. It's about half our stadium. I guess the other half still belongs to the San Francisco fans, but I'm gonna save that for a little bit. And so there was just a lot of pressure on the team this year, and we were facing a foe, a division rival, not just our division rival, a team, our arch division rival. They're the team up north, okay? It's the San Francisco 49ers. They, for anyone that understands Rams lore or 49er lore, will then tell you that who is the most hated team that the Rams hate. Like, out of all the teams in the NFL, who do the Rams hate more than anyone else? An argument could be made for the New England Patriots. But most people will tell you that the most hated team hated by Rams and Rams fans is the San Francisco 49ers. They're the rival team. They're the crosstown team, or cross-state team, rather. It's more accurate. And there is a bit of bitterness between the two. It's nothing too bad, of course. It's just, good spirit, good competitive spirit. It'll make you strong. And both teams have that spirit about this rivalry. They both feel the same way about the other. And for fans, and for the players, and for for everybody, for everyone, the organization and the fans, it has been a drag to really eat the losses that we've had to the 49ers. Okay, the San Francisco, you can make excuses that some of those games really should have went our way, that we probably should have won a few and we kind of just gave it away, and that we were the better team and we should have won, which may be true, but the reality is that we just weren't able to get the job done. And credit to San Francisco, they were able to pull together a string of wins, and they have won 6 straight football games against us. They've effectively swept us 3 years in a row. 3 years in a row. And, it is what it is. What's made this streak that the 49ers had on us, at least for me, sting so much, was the fact that how they beat us. And this is something I've been so concerned with for so long, is that they play a very specific brand of football. They're very physical, very no nonsense, and apparently quite undisciplined and dirty. I saw a very, Very undisciplined, very dirty San Francisco 49er defense out there. But that is the type of game that they played, and in years past, we just weren't able to handle it. Well, we come by this year with our new quarterback. We're thinking this is the year that we're gonna get it. You know, I've been telling people not to think that way. It's better to enjoy it each game in and game out, each week in, week out. But we were able to get the job done. We're going to the Super Bowl, and the thought was we were able that really no one was talking about, that we were gonna beat San Francisco. Well, 2 games. First game comes, they beat our ass like 30-7 in San Francisco. Then in week 18, we blow a 17-0 lead at halftime. And the 49ers come back and beat us in overtime, effectively sweeping us again. And not just sweeping us, by defeating us. By beating us in week 18 in overtime, they secured a playoff spot in the tournament. We let them in. We blew the big lead. We let them in. And they ran roughshod over Dallas and Green Bay. And we were going to have to face them again in the NFC Championship game. If they would have beaten us, the 49ers, just in case you don't and I know y'all do, but in case you just don't understand the stakes, the San Francisco 49ers would have not only beaten us a 7th straight time, they would have effectively kicked us out of the playoffs, okay? Kicked us out of our own house, okay? Rested in the home locker room, maybe, I don't know, and played for the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. To play to win the Super Bowl in our house. In our house. We would have never heard the end of it. We would have never heard the end of it. It could not happen. So, team comes in through for the clutch, wins the game. And my message to the San Francisco 49ers organization, to the owner, to the GM, John Lynch, wanting to leave the Fox booth because he felt he could build a Super Bowl contender, because he felt he could build a championship team like he had back in the day, a tough physical team. This era, this NFL is not. They're too soft. They won't be able to handle it. They won't be able to handle the old school era smash mouth football. So he built his team around it. A message to him, a message to Kyle Shanahan, old salty Kyle, wanting to cry after we took Matthew Stafford in the trade, and he took his ball and went home because he was looking to get Matthew Stafford in the offseason. That was my first video on this channel, by the way, covering that trade and how salty Kyle was. To Jimmy Garoppolo, to Deebo Samuel, to all them dirty ass 49er players that kept cheap shotting our boys without any kind of repercussion from the refs for the most part. They finally threw a flag like in the second half or so. And into all the 49er fan base as well, I got a simple message. We're even. We are even. That 6-game win streak you had on us, that domination you had on our franchise, well, you can go ahead and hold on to that. You can go ahead and go back to San Francisco and hold on to that, and just just bask in that media love, just bask in that media love from these analysts and other players talking about how refreshing it is, how refreshing it is to see a physical style, no nonsense. They just want to hit you in the mouth. Old school football team. How old school the 49ers were, how tough they were. You just go ahead and bask in all those people just praising y'all for being such a big, bad physical team, which I will admit you are. You're big, you're strong. You go ahead and bask in that. You go ahead and bask in six game win streak. You go ahead and bask in winning that big comeback win in week 18. You bask in it. You bask in all that. We are just gonna go ahead and go to the Super Bowl now. Okay? We're just gonna go ahead and go to the Super Bowl. Okay? Oh, and we booted your ass out of the playoffs. So, Kyle, no legacy try for you, buddy. Jimmy G. And also, by the way, and not only that, we utterly proved how trash your quarterback is in clutch situations. Okay? Y'all are right back where you started. Y'all now have to talk about the quarterback the whole offseason. Trey Lance? Is it time for Trey Lance? It might be. Because you know what you're going to get out of Jimmy G when the stakes are at its highest. You know what you're going to get out of that. A complete implosion in the fourth quarter. My goodness, Jimmy. I mean, thank you. Thank you. Just the errant passes. And Lord have mercy, that final play of the game. This man right here. Aaron Donald. This man right here. I love this man right here. This man, with the final play of the game, sacks Jimmy Garoppolo. And Jimmy just kind of tosses it for some reason. And our boy, I want to say Travian Howard, I think that's right. Travian Howard picks it off, effectively ends the game. Our boy Matthew comes in, kneels, and runs out the clock. Rams win 2017. I am so shocked right now. I just feel like this is going to be all over the place. I'm really trying to control myself because the truth is I'm really, really tired. And I'm really, really, I just feel exhausted. I'm trying to contain my emotions. It's funny because around the midway point of the third quarter, when there was like 5 minutes left in the third quarter or something, I kind of was getting the feeling that we were dead in the water, that we were dead and gone. The San Francisco 49ers had just scored a touchdown, making their score, what was it, 17-7? Yeah, I think it was 17-7, and effectively went up 2 scores in a very, very tight defensive game. That just, in a tight game like that, it's almost a death nail going up by multiple possessions. And on top of that, I think went 3 and out or something. They get the ball back and they're just cranking out yardage. They're in the beginning of the second half. They were just kind of playing their brand of football. They were running the ball. They weren't getting much yardage. They were getting like 4 or 5 yards a clip, and it'd be like third and manageable, and they'd pick up the first downs. And not only were they picking up the first downs, you have Deebo Samuel literally carrying our players. Troy Reader got carried like 6 yards. for the first down. Like Debo, it'd be third and something. Debo catches the ball. Troy has him to stop him, hits him, puts his arms around him, and Debo drags him for like 6 yards. And the first down. The drive continues. And it would just it would be like that. They would just churning yards. It was maddening, and they were carrying our dudes over the first down marker. Y'all need to hit the weight room, man. Y'all need to hit Troy, you need to hit the weight room in the offseason, my man. Oh my God, dude. You can't just let people drag you like that. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a dick, dude, but oh my, dude, that's just unsatisfactory. And it just keeps going. It just keeps going like that. And I'm like, oh my God, this. And the fear is they were going to score again and make it effectively. What were they up by? 10? Be up by 17. It was already 17-7. It was a fear it was going to get to 24-7. And my God, it was very, I could just feel my soul leaving my body. And I was already thinking how I was going to deal with this, deal with the 49ers beating us in our house again to go to the Super Bowl, which is at our house. And I just could not figure it out. And we somehow get a stop. And there are just so many players that were so clutch in this game that I probably won't get into all in this video, and I apologize. I apologize to you boys that I don't mention or talk enough about in this review. I am recording right after the game. I'm filled up on a lot of emotions right now, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get to all of you, but I will make it my mission throughout the week to highlight and praise everyone that the whole team really deserved credit for this incredible comeback, but I will make sure to highlight you boys. There were so many standouts. It will be my mission. And our boy Matthew Stafford, never wavering. He did not look like he was 100%. It looked like he was limping. Leads us to we were down 10 points in the fourth quarter. When the fourth quarter began, we were down 10 points. And Matthew Stafford leads a comeback and wins us the NFC Championship game. Don't give me the Matthew Stafford can't win a playoff game bullshit narrative anymore. Okay? Don't give me that anymore. Okay? Because that, as we have now just learned, is bullshit. Matthew Stafford can win the big game, and he has won the second biggest game so far, but we'll talk about that a little later. This is a now moment, and it has gotten us the NFC Championship game with the grit of one Cooper Kupp. I swear to God, I love Cooper Kupp and his continued fight and how he just attacks the ball. And you notice a lot of times receivers will catch the ball. What happens? They catch the ball, they get hit, they go down, or they catch the ball, they run out of bounds, or and it's quick and over like that. Every time Cooper Kupp touches the ball, he's like fighting for more yards. He's like trying to juking people, and like lowering his shoulder and putting the bang on the defenders. If y'all haven't signed him, I don't know if he needs to be signed or not. He may be in the middle of a contract, but when he gets to the end of his give him all the money he wants, okay? We need Cooper Kupp on this team. Okay. I don't, I feel like we all understand that. Okay. Cup needs to stay. Cup needs to stay. And his just coming in clutch, grabbing these touchdowns, grabbing the big pass plays over the middle. Odell Beckham, Odell played great. Odell showed up in a big way tonight. Odell took a blatant cheap shot from what was that punk ass name? Jimmy Ward. Yeah, his little bitch ass. That flagrant late hit when Odell had already caught the ball and he was definitely down, and it was clear. I can't wait to hear him say, "Oh, it was a bang bang play." No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. And I'm going to find that clip and I'm going to show it on this channel, where it literally, not in this video, but in the week, where Odell catches it and Jimmy Ward takes like 5 steps, and still hits Odell with the crown of his helmet to helmet. We get like an extra 15 yards. On top of a 30, that was like a 30-yard pass completion, and we get an extra 15 yards on top of that. So, thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. You completely fucked your team over, but hope it was worth it. That was a pretty good hit on Odell. It was. It was. It was. Hey, you're a physical guy. You're a big, imposing guy. You're strong. So that was a good hit. But I hope it was worth it, because I get the feeling, Jimmy, that it certainly was not worth it. I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm pretty sure at the end of the day it was not worth it, was it? Was it, Jimmy? But anyhow, Odell had a great game. Akers, Sony had good moments in the game. It was we did not particularly run the ball. We did not run the ball very well. The San Francisco, they have an incredible D line. It's hard to do so, but they were okay. But dude, like Kendall Blanton, like needs a game ball, backup tight end, because Tyler Higbee gets out of the game early with a ankle injury, or so. He got rocked. He got hit from behind by these dirty ass 49er players and got himself hurt. I don't know if it was a knee, ankle. We'll find out eventually. But he leaves the game. When he was getting like limping and he was getting carried by the 2 guys, it was funny because the broadcast, they were like, and he is questionable to return. And I'm looking at him having one arm over like 2 medical two staff members. I'm not sure who they were, and they're like basically carrying him off the field. I'm like, oh, this dude ain't coming back. He ain't coming back. He's gone for the game. I don't know what the injury is, but like I knew in real time, oh, this dude's done. He's done. He's not coming back. Not today. And we deactivated Bryson Hopkins for some reason, and maybe we were adding an extra D lineman. I'm going to have to, I really didn't notice. This is, like I said, this is right after the game ended. But Kendall Blanton, it was our only tight end. He was our only tight end. And dude came in so clutch, y'all. Kendall Blanton came in so clutch. He was catching balls that were thrown behind him. He was like, his fingers were sticky, man. You could tell like he was bobbling some of those balls, or some of those balls weren't perfectly placed. Stafford was not perfect tonight, but he was still like, Blanton still caught those. And dude, there was one, I'll try to find a clip later, but there's a point where he like completely barrels over Nick Bosa. He like puts him on his ass, dude. I want to try and find that and show, because I'm gonna make it my mission to make sure I highlight all these players that played so well in this conference championship game. And I want to find that clip of Kendall Blanton steamrolling Nick Bosa. All this talk about how San Francisco was a physical team. Well, in this game, I think our boys were the ones delivering the pain this time around. Okay, because it kind of seems like we own the line of scrimmage on both sides, on the defensive line and the offensive line. It seemed like we won that fight. We won that fight. And I saw Deebo Samuel, he was feeling real good about himself. I mean, the media was just tripping over themselves talking about Deebo this past week. There was a lot of 49er love. A lot of 49er love in the sports shows throughout the week. It was kind of sickening. And talk about how Deebo, he gonna be snatching change, and Kyle's like, we need a Deebo kind of game. Yeah, we need Deebo to steal bicycles. We need Deebo to do all that. Yeah, because the Rams are soft. The Rams can't handle it. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, getting real kind of tired of these dudes basically calling us soft, and Deebo Samuel talking like he's gonna go out there and hurt and put the bang thing. He's gonna run us over, do all that. Deebo had a decent game. It was decent, but I saw Deebo get absolutely annihilated over the middle by one Nick Scott, and you better believe that in this upcoming week we'll be watching that clip. I don't have it for you right now. But Nick, oh my God, Nick. Deebo Samuels comes over the middle and Nick Scott blows him up. Blows him up so bad that the 49ers have to spend one of their timeouts so they can attend to him medically. And look, I don't ever want to see anybody get seriously hurt. I just don't think it's worth it. I don't want to see nobody get seriously hurt. Or like the dude, I don't want the dude to lose, get his neck broken and like lose feeling to his spine or lose feeling to his legs. I don't want to see that happen to anybody. Okay? I don't. But I did get a level of satisfaction seeing how a clean, executed tackle, well, not so much a tackle, but just a hit. It was more of a hit than a tackle. A clean, executed, aggressive, extremely physical hit is performed. And them refs try to throw a flag. No. Pick that up, sir. That was a clean hit. Because on our team, we are able to be physical without playing like a bunch of dirty cocksuckers. Okay? We can play physical without taking cheap shots and smacking dudes in the back of their head long after the whistle had blown. Fred Warner trying to hit our quarterback, Matthew Stafford, in the back of the head. Got caught on camera. I don't know why you guys think you ain't going to get caught on camera. There are cameras damn everywhere in this country now, in this world now. I don't know how you thought you were going to get away with that. Or maybe you just simply didn't care. Maybe you simply didn't care that you were playing dirty. That could have been the case too. But we had that happen. We so many dirty plays from this defense. And we overcame that, and we showed you how to play physical within the rules. By Nick Scott laying Deebo Samuel the fuck out. Had to get the medical staff out in the field and all. That was nuts. And you had... Dude, that speech... guys, I'm all over the place, okay? I'm kind of all over the place. I'm trying to contain myself better than last time. I was a little embarrassed how I did my last review of the divisional win. Um, you know, just just kind of embarrassing. It was, yeah, I don't like to fly off the handle like that and drop so many cuss words. It's just a little unbecoming, but not that I mind cuss. I cuss all the time, but I try not to, if that makes sense. And it was just, so I'm trying to contain myself here, but it is hard to do that. And I got so much satisfaction of us laying the wood. Ashawn Robinson, dude, we need to keep Ashawn Robinson too, because Ashawn Robinson was playing like a beast. He was so physical. So shout out to Ashawn. And here's the thing: I've noticed this from Ashawn for a majority of the season. He plays like this. He is very physical. In fact, I think he played with Matthew in Detroit. That could be wrong, but I think that is the case. And I like when I talk about the team being soft, I am not referencing you, Ashawn. Like you are not the problem, sir. I saw you just obliterate Debo Samuel on a number of plays and stuff that run game. So you need to get a game ball too. And just what can I say, guys? We're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl. We just, oh, how could I forget? Aaron Donald. Did y'all see Aaron Donald screaming at his defense? I think it was his defense on the sideline when we were down by 10 points. He basically took all the defenders, kind of led them over to the side, and there's cameras, there's video of this, I'll try to find it too later in the week, of him screaming at his guys. And they were saying, like, basically he was saying how he wants the ring, and we really need to step up this, that, and the other. And dude, that was crazy motivating. Like, I felt motivated, and I was like slumping in my lazy boy, drinking like my 5th mixed drink, and I'm just like, dude, I'm getting motivated. Holy shit! I'm like that was rousing, and I didn't even hear what he said, and it was clear that whatever he said to the defense resonated with them, because they came out and they got constant pressure on Jimmy G in that final quarter when they could not produce any kind of pressure at all in the previous 3 quarters. Pardon me. All of a sudden, they came to life and caused Jimmy G to do Jimmy G things, prove how trash he is in clutch moments. And he just couldn't. They basically imploded. Basically, what we saw was the San Francisco 49ers saw that the Rams were coming, and they were coming to steamroll them. All the momentum was on our side in the last quarter, and they panicked. The San Francisco 49ers panicked. The players panicked. The players on defense panicked. I could see the fear in their eyes. When we were moving down the field, they did not know how to stop us. All this talk about how good their D-line is, I didn't hear -2 sacks. I didn't hear their damn names all game. Like, they were pretty much a non-factor. And you have Matthew Stafford lighten up the secondary, and you could just see that they were panicked. You could see that the defensive coordinator was panicked. You could see that Kyle was panicking over there, muttering to himself, looking down at his play sheets, looking all pissed off. He, trying to make a legacy for himself, trying to get out of his daddy's shadow. And you could just tell it was slipping from him again, much like that Super Bowl against the Patriots where he blew a 28-3 lead. And yes, I believe he was the offensive coordinator for the Falcons that season. I am like 98% certain. If I am wrong, I will own up to it later. But he choked again. Kyle, you were fearing choking again. I could see it in your eyes. And you sure enough did. Your quarterback panicked. George Kittle, he panicked. Debo Samuel, he panicked. He was crying after the game, crying like a little bitch, sitting on the bench crying. They panicked. They saw the we they saw that we were going into berserker mode. Okay? We went into berserker mode, y'all. And I don't and dude, and I'm watching this and I'm like I swear I said this. I swear I said this to myself as I'm sitting there kind of slumped over in my lazy boy, and you know, we get the ball back, we're down by 10. It is not looking good at all. And I just kept saying, I'm like, look, man, they just got to take it a play at a time. Just don't even don't even worry about the outcome. Don't even worry about the score. Don't even worry about them talking. Don't worry about the constant backlash you're going to get after this game when you lose and get sent home, all the criticism, you know, from the fans, from people like me, you know, and you could just tell in that moment, dude, you could just tell that someone they had the mentality that you just have to take it a play at a time. Just take it a play at a time. Don't even look at the scoreboard. Take it one play, try to get some yards. Run the next play, try to get some yards. Next play, try to get some yards. You got a first down. That's great. Let's just take it one play at a time again. One more play, one more play. You just keep doing that. You get your team together, Sean. You have your woo-saw moment, like I said before. Settle everyone down. Say, you know what? We're down by multiple scores. It's the second half. We're running out of time. But guess what? It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We have a great team. We have great players. We have great coaches. And trust that you will get yourself through it and you'll be out on top. And that is exactly what they did. That is exactly what they did. I am so proud of this team. I am so proud of Sean. I am so proud of Matthew, of everyone, all the stars, Odell, Vaughn, Aaron, Cup, and all the reserve players too, Kendall Blanton, Brian Allen, Austin Corbett, David Edwards, the interior line. For the majority of the game, you played great. You guys really stepped up, man. I gotta be honest. I didn't know that you were gonna be able to do that, but you did, and I'm just so proud of y'all for that, man. I'm just so proud of y'all, and just the people on the defense, the reserve people on defense. You know, I'm just so proud of this team, man. And just we're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl, man, and it's just this has been quite a ride, man. It's been quite a ride. I know there's a lot of I don't know how many of you LA fans followed this team when we went to St. Louis, but let me tell you, yeah, I know we won that Super Bowl with Kurt in the late 90s and had a few good years in the early 2000s. But let me tell you something, man. After losing that Super Bowl, this team fell apart, and it was losing in 2001. And boy, oh boy, those were some those were some rough years. You think like teams like the Jaguars and some of these other losing franchises have it bad. Like we literally had like the worst 5-year span record wise in like NFL history. Like no lie, no bullshit. Back in like the mid 2000s. And the team was so awful. So awful. And it was so hard to be a fan of the team. You could just tell the office didn't give a shit. They weren't trying to make the team better. They weren't going out trying to get new players. This that they were it was terrible. I don't want to get down a rabbit hole here, but it was awful football, and it was so many years of that. Like the majority of my lifetime watching Ram football has been a grind. That's crazy. Like the majority of my life, it has been like a so cringe and so agonizing to watch Ram football. That's how some of my friends here, like some of these Jaguar fans, that's how we became friends because how awful both our teams were. But to see that and to see us going back to the Super Bowl again, dude, I can't put in the words how great this feels and how proud I am of this team. So enjoy it, Rams Nation. Enjoy it. There will be more videos to come this week. I can tell you that much. So I'm gonna cut it off here. I'm gonna celebrate. I'm gonna be celebrating tonight, and you all should too. All of you should celebrate. Go celebrate. Go have fun with your family. Go have fun with your wife, girlfriend, husband, like your family members. You know, mom, dad, all that. Have fun. Enjoy with all your friends too. Enjoy yourself tonight because I am. Rams are going to the Super Bowl, y'all. The Rams are going to the Super Bowl. I'll catch you guys on the next one. And as always, go Rams.